Lesson 9.1, we're talking about probability of simple events. As we're talking about probability of simple events, the probability is the chance that some event will occur. A simple event is one outcome or a collection of outcomes. The probability of an event is a ratio that compares the number of favorable outcomes to the number of possible outcomes. So the way we write this is P stands for probability of an event equals the number of favorable over the number of possible. When we're talking about probability, the probability of an event is a number between 0 and 1 that expresses the likelihood of the event occurring. So if you look at this scale, a 0 would mean that it's impossible. It's not going to happen. A 1 is a certain, it will for sure happen. And then, along the lines are the different fractions that kind of show you like a 3/4 would be likely, a 1/4 would be unlikely. And so you work your way along the line to see where you stand, I guess. So in this example, we're given find the probability of 6 or the probability of rolling 6. And so the reason it says or the probability of rolling 6 is to clarify. You may not know yet that P parentheses 6 means that we're just trying to find what's the probability that we're rolling a 6. So we have how many possible outcomes on a die? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 are the things that it can land on. So there's 6 possible outcomes. And how many sides of those have a 6 on them? Only 1. So the probability of rolling a 6 is 1/6. Probability of rolling a 1, there are 6 sides, 6 possibilities. And how many of those sides have a 1? 1. So again, the probability of getting a 1 is 1/6. 2a, a spinner is divided into 8 equal sections numbered 1 through 8. Find the probability of spinning a 2. Write your answer as a fraction, percent, or decimal. And I typically always write as a fraction. I just think it's easier to write the number of possible outcomes on the bottom, number of favorable on top, and then go from there. So on the spinner, there are 8 sections. So there are 8 total possibilities. And it's the probability of spinning a 2. So how many of the sections are labeled 2? Only 1. So the probability of spinning a 2 is 1/8. 2b, a spinner is divided to 8 equal sections, numbered 1 through 8. Find the probability of spinning a 5. Write your answer as a fraction, percent, or decimal. So again, there are 8 sections, and how many of those sections have a 5? Only 1. So the probability is 1/8. 3a, find the probability of rolling a 2, 3, or a 4 on the number cube. So on a number cube, we have 6 possibilities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And how many of those sides are 2, 3, or 4? That's 3 of the 6 sides. So if the probability of landing on at least one of those is 3 out of 6, which reduces to 1/2. We circle it, and that's our answer. 3c, the spinner is spun once. Find the probability of each event. Write each answer as a fraction, percent, or decimal. So the first one is find the probability of F. So the first thing we need to do is find how many total outcomes are possible. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So that is 10 sections total. So there are 10 possible sections for it to land on, and only one of those is labeled with an F. So that is a 1/10 probability. The probability of D or G. So we have 10 sections, and we have D or G, and that's 2 of the 10 sections. So that's 2/10, which reduces to 1/5. Erase our circles we made, because now we're going to do a different one. Change colors for it. The probability of getting a vowel, again, there's 10 possible outcomes. So then we go through on our 10 possible sections that it can land on, and we're going to circle the vowels. So you have A, E, and I, which are 3/10, and that cannot be reduced. So we circle it, and that's our answer. Complementary events are 2 events in which either one or the other must happen, but they cannot happen at the same time. For example, a coin can either land on heads or not land on heads. The sum of the probability of an event and its complement is 1 or 100. Find the probability of not rolling a 6. So the probability of not rolling a 6 would be anything other than a 6. So if there are 6 possibilities, only one of them is a 6. So all those that are not 6s, there are 5 possibilities. So your answer would be 5/6. For B, a spinner is divided into 8 equal sections. We already know there's 8 possible answers. And find the probability of not spinning a 5. So each section is labeled 1 through 8, and 5 is only one of those. So there are 7 that are not 5. So your probability is 7/8. 5B, a sportscaster predicted that the Jayhawks have a 75% chance of winning tonight, which isn't true because they're no longer playing. Identify the complement of this event and find its probability. So the complement of this event would be that Jayhawks do not win, right? So the complement would be Jayhawks lose, which is what happened. And the probability of that happening was a 25% chance. So we circle it, and that's our answer.